Here is your weekly rate update. Let's break down what happened last week with the Fed meeting, what's coming out this week, and also why rates rose a little bit after the Fed meeting despite the cut. So to break down the Fed meeting, first of all, the Fed did cut the Fed funds rate by 25 bips as expected. Powell said the policy has been clearly restrictive, signaling that there's more room to cut. The Fed said economic activity has moderated in the first half of the year, and their focus has been on the inflation side of things with their dual mandate. But now the labor market and unemployment are more in balance from a risk standpoint, with more downside uncertainty to the labor side of things. The statement said job gains have slowed and the unemployment rate did edge up. On inflation, though, Powell explained that it has moved up a bit and remains somewhat elevated. Let's also talk about the summary of economic projections. That was a pretty important piece coming out of last week. So the unemployment rate remained at 4.5%, core PCE remained at 3.1%, the GDP went to 1.6 from 1.4%, the FFR 3.6% from 3.9%, median projection basically is 2 more cuts this year. From the dots plot, which is where all the Fed members kind of land on where they think the rates should go. One of them wanted a hike, which is crazy. 6 of them wanted no more cuts. 2 of them wanted 25 bip cuts. 9 wanted 50 bips more of cuts, and 1 wanted 125 bips more of cuts. So kind of all over the place there, but the majority was the 9 that wanted 50 bips in cuts. So basically 2 more quarter point cuts this year. The Fed futures is forecasting an 88% chance of a 25 bip cut on October 29th, a 78% chance of a 25 bip cut on December 10th. But of course, those will change, as you know from watching my videos, based on the labor and inflation data that's going to be coming out prior to those meetings. The CPI and the PCE inflation reports showed that rents have been decelerating. Rents only rose by 0.2% in July, which is well below the historical average for that month. Typically, it's 0.7%, and it was only 0.2% in July. The year-over-year rent prices decelerated significantly from 2.9 to 2.3. So reports coming out this week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have Powell's speech. Market can move quite a bit around the speech, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Wednesday, we have mortgage applications and new home sales. Thursday, initial jobless claims and initial home sales. And final Q2 GDP reading. And then Friday, PCE report. So I know this was a big one. I'll keep you posted. Until next week, I hope you have a great week.